Hi everyone, welcome back to PyroFalkon's Let's Play Extravaganza, where we are once again playing the new SimCity.
Yay! Hi.
And, hi. That would be the Akamura joining me on guest commentary for once, which is not an insult, just an observation.
It's
Usually
an insult.
she
It's a veiled insult.
doesn't join me for these. So as you can see here, construction is still going on our arcology. We've had 2 updates since the last time I played the game. It's been probably a couple weeks. Had my unfortunately timed hiatus. So we're just going to keep hanging out in Commander's Corner until everything starts functioning again.
Yay!
But instead of just fast-forwarding, I'm going to take this time to, well, first of all, make Lee happy by bulldozing whatever buildings are causing these yellow blips. But I'm going to actually chat about this channel for a moment, since nothing else is really going on at the moment. May as well chat about some things that have been on my mind. So, I was watching the Game Grumps, who are my favorite Let's Players. Actually, I was watching old episodes when JonTron was still there. And
Why do you tear open the wound?
yeah, the Akamura likes Danny, but sort of, you know, likes JonTron more. Anyway, alright, so I was watching their episode of Mario Wii. Mario Wii? Yeah, New Super Mario Brothers Wii.
Yep.
And, before I get started any further, I remember that Chris Engel mentioned here that all the buildings along this road are causing most of this traffic jam, so we're going to take care of that by de-zoning this. Because the problem is, these cars have to exit the town completely just to turn around and get to these other buildings. So we're going to make sure that is no longer a factor, even though that's going to hurt my money for a while. Okay, so they were playing Mario Wii, and they were talking about that you should never accept mediocrity, and that actually got me thinking about my channel, because now I've mentioned before on the channel, on the show, on different series, that I do care a lot about my number of viewers, my number of hits, my number of subs. I want more, and it's led me to think, because I've had some private conversations with fans before who have questioned whether I'm making too big of a deal about it, whether I'm not confident enough in it. And I have had my times where I'm not confident about what I'm doing at all. But that's not the current issue. I'm over most of that. The thing is, like the Game Grumps say, and I actually agree with, you should... Wait, well, what? Come on, I just zoned that. You should never be willing to accept mediocrity. And I guess, at the end of the day, as an artist, as a content creator, whatever, I don't consider my Let's Plays art, but I do consider them content, you know. But as an artist, as a content creator, whatever you want to call it, I actually fear mediocrity more than I fear sucking. Because if you outright suck, you can usually improve your skills. You can take classes, however you define classes. You can generally try to better yourself. Like, if I picked up a guitar right now, I've never taken lessons. I actually have a guitar, but other than plucking a few strings, I've never done anything with it. And, you know, so if I pick up a guitar right now and play it in front of the microphone, I'm going to break all your speakers and eardrums, but I can always later take lessons and better myself and try to get to some decent point. But being mediocre, especially if that's where you top off at, like, that's your glass ceiling. And I guess when it comes to this channel and other things that I do, I fear mediocrity the most, and I always want to try to do everything I can not to be mediocre. And
not that we're saying your tastes are mediocre if you like our Let's Plays.
Right, and that's the thing. I mean, really, this is going on to most of you guys, because there are a few of you guys, you all know who you are, who comment on every video. You guys like what I do. You've expressed to me that you like what I do, and I appreciate it greatly. Trust me, I am not saying anything about that. But the thing is, I do want to grow, and I want more people to enjoy what I do, and I want to be I want to rise above being mediocre. That's why if you go back in the history of my videos, my first few videos, like my Rainbow Six stuff, you can tell there are the fingerprints of amateurishness. Amaturity? Is that a word?
Nope.
It is now.
There are the fingerprints of an amateur, I would say.
So, and that's why, every subsequent video I've tried to do better. I've tried to get better equipment. I've tried to, get better recording software and so on, to get to this standard where I am as best as I can be without spending $250,000 on like professional grade equipment. And, so I'm always looking to improve. I'm always trying to get better. And that's why I really do enjoy your feedback, even if it's negative. Although I always appreciate those who are willing to give me more than just a dislike. I mean, a dislike, whatever. I don't hate anyone who's given me a dislike. But anytime I see a dislike on any of my videos, it always makes me wonder
why they disliked it, essentially.
Why they disliked it. And
like
he pinged that the arcology was completed, but it's not. It's only up to 86%. It's weird. Are they making that faster? Because it damn sure should not have been going that fast. Wow, that's a big building. Whoa, it is complete. Okay, so I guess crap does... Whoa. Slow down. Building this towering pinnacle of human architecture requires skilled workers and resources. The stents... Oh, that's just the same bullshit that was... Okay, cut the red out. Whoa! Oh, the arcology is finished. We're 1/4 of the way through the series now on episode 7.
Yeah. Back to the previous
Hold
talking.
on, that's a very loud whoosh. Jesus. It needs power. Wait. What? Okay. What, do I... Can I give it power and shit? I can buy power. How do I sell it power? I don't know. We'll figure it out. But go ahead, Akamura. Sorry about that.
Back to the previous talking point, we're basically asking for some constructive criticism from you guys. What do you think we can do to improve?
Right, and, it's because... Oh, that's why. It's because, like I said, we want to be better. We want to be the best we can be.
Yeah, it's like, a dislike on our videos doesn't tell us jack shit, honestly.
Right. This is gonna...
A dislike essentially says, I don't agree with this, and you gesture to all of it.
Right. Alright, so now can I sell power to it? Let's see.
Because,
power.
even if you apply Sturgeon's law, there's still 5% of not crap.
What is Sturgeon's law?
95% of everything is crap.
Oh, yeah, Rick Skya applies that. One of my bosses applies that to people more than things.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, and I guess that's the thing. I don't want to be part of that 95%. And you should never accept mediocrity. I mean, my favorite Let's Players, my personal favorite Let's Players, are the Game Grumps, KSI Olajitabet, and Paul Soares Jr. And I feel that none of the three are mediocre in any way, although they are all a little different.
Sometimes more than a little.
Like, yeah, because Paul Soares Jr.'s LPs of Minecraft and such are super clean. Like, he designed his channel to be completely family-friendly for that purpose. And yet KSI Legitimate pretty much can't go more than 2 seconds without dropping an F-bomb. But, it's... What's abandoned? Is that the... Oh, that's not part of the thing. Okay, what is that? Oh, it's an industrial building. Alright. So, so that's why we keep asking you guys for help. And
yeah.
Just the whole deal with fearing mediocrity is the reason why I keep trying my best, and why these LPs that I make, I try to do everything I can to involve you guys and to I don't know, I guess the best way to put it is that I try to keep my production values as high as I can, you know, without sending myself into bankruptcy. Because, you know, if I could, I'd do more face cam stuff. I would have better professional software. I'd have a better capture card or a more powerful computer, so I could capture all these videos at maximum resolution rather than having to downgrade it a little bit. But I mean, I don't know. I guess my whole point is the reason I keep asking for information from you guys is it's partly because I occasionally don't have a lot of self-confidence. And I do look for the validation that what I'm doing is decent and entertaining and making you smile or giving you tips or whatever. And I just always want to look to improve myself and the channel as much as I can. So, I don't know. But that's why, you know, and that's why if you guys know of any way you want this channel to be better, if you want face cam, if you don't want face cam, if you want to see different games, if you want to see... you know, if you want to see more games, if you want to see fewer games, you know, that's why I always take everything you say under advisement. Of course, I do this for fun also, and that's why, like, because I've read some of you guys want more Rise of Nations and you want more Age of Empires, and that's cool, and I actually want to do those too, but it's not as fun to me to play Age of Empires or Rise of Nations or even SimCity for extended amounts of time, especially by myself, because it sort of never changes. That's why I like playing more games, different games, especially to completion, and then it's a project that I finished and I can move on and, you know, do something else. Which is why I've thought about abandoning SimCity a few times, because we're up to like 70 episodes and I'm only now a quarter of the way done, and I'm not sure how many more tips you guys can see from this series, you know? Most people don't even watch this many episodes to begin with. So...
For those of you who do watch this many episodes, we fucking love you. You're the best.
And really, I guess that's the thing, because most of you who are listening to me now, I mean, if you've stuck by for 70 episodes, then clearly I'm doing something right. I guess I just wish I knew what it was, because I do want more stuff, and I appreciate all of you guys. Like I've said, I don't mean to make this imply like, oh, whatever, 1,500, you know, fuck all of you, because I love all of the subs. You know, when I started this and I hit 250, I was just shocked that 250 people liked what I did. And that was before my SimCity tutorials got on the front page of IGN, and that's where the subscriber spike happened. So now, I always want to do more. I want more people to enjoy what I enjoy and share what I do and that kind of thing. And, you know, anything to make the channel a little bigger. You know, I always hope to improve and increase my audience. Not improve my audience. Wow, that sounded bad. I think you guys know what I'm trying to say, though.
He wants to improve his content and increase his audience.
Right. I'm good at stumbling over my words. But,
yeah.
I know I'll have made it, like, completely, and I can completely shut up when I get TV tropes pages and Wikipedia pages or my own wiki. That'd be cool. Like the Game Grumps wiki. Oh, that's why we know that
when
Danny Y. Sexbang's middle name is you.
When we move from fans to a fandom, then we'll have made it.
Right. But, I mean, until then, but see, and I think that's where the thing comes from with mediocrity, because the Game Grumps say, and again, I agree with, that you shouldn't accept mediocrity. But the thing is, in order to get brilliant or even good or great, you have to be mediocre first. And I think the difference between most of the people who have made it and those who don't is that those who don't make it are the ones who give up. I've been asked several times by different people how to make Let's Plays, and I actually try to watch the videos from those who I've advised, because not only am I interested to see if, you know, they've pulled it off, but I'm interested to see if my advice actually helps people. And for a lot of Let's Players, not so much the ones I've advised, but a lot of Let's Players I've seen on YouTube, they'll play like a couple games and they'll produce like 10 or 15 episodes, and then they stop. Or then they'll switch games, but they don't improve their production values, or they still use the same crap microphones, or I don't know. They don't better themselves. And I always seek to better myself, to make these videos better, to make my voice better. And that's why I've actually tried a few different things. Like I've tried being the Game Grumps, or I try improv comedy during these Let's Plays, and I'm just not built for it. I can't think that fast. And that's why I am just being myself. But just because I'm being myself doesn't mean I can't improve something. And so that's why I'm always seeking advice and always seeking answers and seeking help and, you know, seeking feedback, really.
If anyone's sick of us constantly referring to the Game Grumps, we're sorry, but we love them so much.
Shoot. Go subscribe to the Game Grumps and watch them too. Seriously, if you don't already.
In Tumblr terms, they are our senpai.
I don't even know what that means since I've never been on Tumblr.
It's a Japanese word that means upperclassmen. It's generally a suffix.
Collectively supply at least 120 kills. Oh, that's how that works. I see.
It's like, have you ever seen super, like, school Japanese animes? It's super girly, and they're like, oh, I hope senpai notices me.
Oh, right,
That's us to the Game Grumps. Don't even lie to yourself about it.
I know. I don't want that to happen, but you know, I totally agree with you. Okay, why?
One day they're gonna say something to us, and it doesn't matter what it is.
Who, the Game Grumps?
Yeah, we're just gonna.
Yeah, if Aaron or JonTron or Danny came and just said, "Man, PyroFalkon sucks," I'd be like, "They said my name."
He said my name.
But okay, how the hell do I give power to you idiots? Okay. I'm producing a shit ton of power. I'm producing... How much power am I producing? I'm producing 455 megawatts in excess.
I love how we're total fanboys on our own medium.
I mean, you know, that's because we're more honest than some Let's Players, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a pretentious douchebag. I really like who I like. I like the Game Grumps, and you know, they sort of molded the way my channel is, because the Game Grumps production values are so good that I want it to be as good. Even if I don't have the fan base, even if I don't have the mental agility to be as improv as they are, then, you know, I at least want to do my best, you know?
Yeah.
So, I guess that's what it comes down to. I hate the feeling of doing my best and not being good enough. And because I'm not good at sour grapesing. Like, if I apply to a job and I don't get it, and it's a job I really want, I'm very bad at, you know, I can't just say, well, whatever. You know, they must suck, you know, or they just wanted someone better than me. But, you know, for me, if I apply to a job and I don't get it, I start questioning myself. And going,
it's like, rather than, when we receive a rejection, rather than answering to it with acceptance, like, okay, I guess I'll keep trying, we go, what did I do wrong? Right, and
that's it's an unhealthy attitude to have, but at the same time it does encourage
growth. Personal growth.
Exactly, and that's what it's all about. You should always try to grow and be better and improve. That's the whole human condition, so to speak.
And even if you don't want to grow and be better and improve, that's cool.
Right, but at least for me personally, I want to grow and be better and improve. And that includes the Let's Play channel, especially the Let's Play channel. Although I do have my other things. I have my guide writing, I have written a book, and I want everything to be better. I want to try to improve as much as I can. Although there is a ceiling, and probably that's my worst weakness, that I don't recognize the ceiling when I hit it sometimes. That's when I need perspective. Like with my book, that's why I shamefully admit that I've been writing it for 14 years, because I keep tweaking it and tweaking it and tweaking it, and I don't just eventually, at some point, I have to just back off and say, look, this is as good as it's going to be. It's done. Let's try to get it published. That kind of thing. But, you know, Akamura has had that problem too, because she's a visual artist, and she keeps bettering herself to a degree, but then she sees, like, awesome artists on DeviantArt and
not on
starts
DeviantArt,
to lose her mind.
Tumblr. It's not that I lose my mind, it's just I look at their work and I think, now why can't I do that? And I try to do that, and it makes my art better. But I look at my art and all I see is flaws. I think it's... something's up with my brain, but all I see is flaws in my art. And I see it in other people's art sometimes too, and it drives me up the fucking wall.
So that's it?
For arcology?
I get it's like the game had to wait for a minute before it understood that I was supplying power. One of the things Update 8 changed was that apparently the Great Works sync up with the other cities, but it seems to work both ways, and sometimes it takes a little long of time.
Did you ever see Footy Cooty?
Excuse me?
The anime Footy Cooty?
I have not.
It's just the arcology building kind of reminds me of Footy Cooty because it's the city and then there's that giant ass fucking iron sitting above it.
What?
You'd have to watch it.
Oh, okay. Are those television screens?
It's actually a very
outside?
short anime. It's like 6 episodes. I think it's on Crunchyroll.
Man, I need to watch Crunchyroll more. Anyway.
I need to watch more anime. I like fell out of it for a while and like all sorts of cool shit came out and I need to check that out and Tumblr's freaking out about it.
Fair enough. And nevertheless, I need to move on. And we have finished the arcology, as was my goal.
Yeah.
It wants me to keep increasing the population, but I'm going to do that shit off camera. Because I think we're done. We're done with Quadrant 1. I'm going to just leave Quadrant 1. That is kind of hard to say. Quadrant 1 is done. And I'm going to leave it going and play it off camera in my spare time. But right now, we're going to move on. And starting in the next episode, we are going to finally found Quadrant 2. And we're going to get ourselves a tourism city. So, thanks for watching, everyone. As I've said throughout this episode, please leave your feedback. I greatly appreciate it. And if there's anything I can do to improve the channel, let me know. Especially if there are other games you want to see. Yeah, because there are some games I want to play, and that I will play for the channel.
Oh,
but
definitely.
if there are any that you want to see specifically, let me know. And I'll see what I can do. And I always look for new ways to involve you guys, too. There's a particular game on my mind that I think I can greatly help use your guys' input for.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that. I can't say it now, because if someone watches this episode in like a year, they're going to have no fucking clue what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Even if you don't want to leave constructional feedback, just... constructive, I'm sorry. But even if you don't want to leave constructive feedback, hell, just answer this question. Should I do Borderlands 2 next or Silent Hill Downpour?
Well, I'll have to put that on your channel, too. Oh, yeah, and as always, Akamura's channel is listed in the description, so click that and check her stuff out.
Yeah. Recent upload of Home. Go check it out. It's a really good game.
Once again, not relevant to anyone not watching this in early November 2013, but
still,
whatever.
It's up there.
Anyway.
I did something.
Yeah, we'll stop being so deep in
Loathing?
No, we're not loathing. We're self-examining.
I'm deep in self-loathing.